Hey guys, welcome back to Igcse Math Solution. In today's video, we'll be learning about sequences and series. So basically in today's video, our focus will be on arithmetic progressions or AP as we call it. Arithmetic progression, what does this mean actually? These are those sequences wherein you add or subtract a constant number and you get a series. For example, let me take 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Well, this is an AP or an arithmetic progression. Here if you see, you are constantly adding 2 to the terms and you get the next term. So such series, they are known as arithmetic progressions. If you see AP, we have two types of AP which we'll be learning today. Number one, it is known as the first term difference, and second one is second term difference AP. So what is this first term and second term? To give you a brief idea, in first term you have just a single constant number which you keep adding, but in second term difference, the number which you are adding, even that is in an AP. So I think it's getting a little bit too complex. Let's give some examples. We'll begin with the easier one, which is the first term difference. So let me take an example, a different example from the previous one. You get 2, 7, then 12, 17. Here you're adding 5. So for each term you keep on adding 5 to get the next term. But don't get confused, you can even subtract something. As in, if you take the next example, I'll again start with 2, but my next term will be 1, 0, then minus 1 and so on. So here if you see, we are subtracting 1 from each term. So whenever you have these common, the difference, it stays the same throughout. It is called a first term difference. These are example of first term difference. Now we study two more things for each category. One of them is called a Tn. Now Tn is the general formula which I write for the nth term. What does it mean by nth term? See, in this first example, this number 2, this was my first term of the series, 7 is the second term, 12 is the third term. So in such a way, if I want to write a formula for the nth term, so I write it as Tn. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. Here a is my first term, which is the first term of the series, and d, that is the constant difference. Now if you want to check whether this formula works or not, you can try by inputting a few values. Like if you want to know the first term, you know that the first term will be just a. So this is my T1, and if I use the formula, what do I get? T1 is a plus 1 minus 1 times d, which is a. Now the second thing which I was talking about, we call it Sn. Sn is nothing but the sum of the first n terms of an AP. So what would this sum look like? You can take some general terms, as in the first term will be a, next term will be a plus d, then you'll have a plus 2d and so on till the nth term, which is a plus n minus 1 times d. So if you see, you will have an a term in each of these brackets. So you will have n times a, that is for sure. And how many d's will you have? You will have 0 in these, and you will have 1, then 2d plus 3d, up going on up till n minus 1d. So if you notice, I can take the d out common in this. What do I get? This is nothing but d into 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is the up till n minus 1. If you can recall, this is the sum of first n minus 1 terms, which you can also write as summation of r going from 1 till n, that is equal to n times n plus 1 by 2. So again we'll use that over here. So I'll get d times, but here I only have n minus 1 terms, so it will be d times n minus 1 times n by 2. Now if I club these, I get na plus n minus 1 times d by 2. Now I can take n to be common, and I'll also take this 2 outside. I don't want it inside, so I get 2a plus n minus 1 times d, and this is my formula for Sn. Sn is nothing but, if you can recall, it is the sum of first n terms. So you can use these two wherever you want. You have direct formula for these. It is Tn and Sn. Next we move on to the second term difference. Now to write an example, it is a little bit complex, but see if you can understand. What is my difference for between the first two terms? It is plus 1. For the next two terms, I have a difference of plus 2, then plus 3 and plus 4, and the difference itself is increasing by 1 if you see. So let me calculate the difference of the difference. Here my second term difference, these are called the first term difference, and the second row, that is the second term difference. So if you see, in this time my second term difference is constant. That is why the name second term difference arithmetic progression. Now this will be a little complex, and you won't find so many questions in Igcse about second term difference, but it is good if you have an idea. Once again, if you want to write the nth term will be, I'll first give you the formula for that. It is a plus n minus 1 times d1 plus n minus 1 times n minus 2 the whole by 2 times d2. Now if you ask me what is this d1 and d2, basically when your d1 is nothing but the first difference, in this case it will be 1, and your d2, this will be the second difference which is common. So if I want to write an nth term for this example itself, what will it look like? My a is 0 plus n minus 1 times d1 is 1 for me in this case, plus n minus 1 times n minus 2 by 2 times 1. Now if I want, I can go on and expand this into, that will give me a quadratic in n, but I think you get the idea of what I am trying to say. If you recall, for first term difference we used to have a linear equation, and for the second term difference we'll have a quadratic equation. Similarly, if you can think, for what will you have for third term difference, do comment down below. Finally, we come to an end to this video. I hope you could learn something, and I was able to give you an idea about the arithmetic progressions that you have in Igcse. So do like, share and subscribe this video. If you have anything, you can comment down below or you can mail me, and do remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and when you subscribe, click the notification icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video next time. Thank you for watching.
I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.